What's up, everybody? I know everybody's getting tired of this Last of Us 2 crap. Hey, I ain't milking it like some of these other YouTube channels. Holy crap. Every video's Last of Us 2. It's like, come on, we get it. You know what I mean? But I actually played and beat it. Oh, that's right. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but you said you wouldn't play it. I did say that. I changed my mind because of a few reasons. The main reason is because all the people in the comment section of my last video telling me I'm not qualified to talk about the game's story because I haven't played the game. Even though story is a huge driving factor in this game, I watched all the cutscenes, and guess what? When you play the game, the cutscenes don't miraculously change. No, they stay the same. Now, I caught some extra banter between Ellie and Dina that I missed by just watching the cutscenes. You know what it added? Nothing. Now, I don't want to talk about the story too much in this video because I've already done the story. And now that I've beat the game, my opinion of the story has not changed at all. I played Abby's section of the story, and I've never felt so disconnected to a character before in my life. I could not get into her cutscenes. The pacing was all over the place. Just when the gameplay started to get good, they do more flashbacks with more walking around and boring crap. It was just, it was not fun. It wasn't fun. The story had zero impact on me. And by the time it switches back to Ellie at the end of the game, I already know what happens. I just didn't care anymore. Now at the end, do I feel different that she let her go? I don't care about the ending. I really don't. The main thing for me that disconnected me from the story altogether was Joel dying in the beginning of the game. And I watched this video, Girlfriend Reviews. She says that wasn't done for shock value. It was to give you a punch in the gut. No, it was done for shock value. Neil Druckmann says nobody cares about these characters more than we do. That's a lie. Because I never would have done Joel so dirty. Ever. It wasn't so much a punch in the gut as it was just a slap in the face to the fans. It's like you're not watching Joel die. You're watching Neil Druckmann spit in your face. That's how it feels. So to me, Joel dying wasn't a really, it wasn't sad to me. It was just like, really? You know what I mean? 2 hours in, really, dude? In this fashion, that's how you do them? That's how it was. I was never sad about that. The flashbacks with Joel and Ellie, those were definitely some, those gave you some, what is the word I'm looking for? The flashbacks with Joel and Ellie, those hit way harder than the Joel dying scene. Way harder. By the time I beat the game, it just doesn't even feel like Joel died. It just feels like they took Joel out of the game. That's it. It doesn't feel, I never once felt like Joel died. I just felt like Joel's no longer in the game. That's it. You know what I mean? Anyways, like Joel died of cancer or something like that. I don't picture him dying at the hands of Abby. I just can't do it. Anyways, let's get into the actual game, shall we? And that's why I made this little chart for you. Okay? Now, Abby's story, very uncompelling. Now, the parts where she's with the two kids, that wasn't bad. It was nothing groundbreaking by any means. It's just, run of the mill. Ellie's revenge story, if they would have kept focus on that game, the story in this game would have been, if they would have kept more focus on that aspect of the game, it would have been much better. The story would have been much better overall. Again, simple revenge plot, but it still would have been better. All this back and forth nonsense, all this out of order flashback nonsense, they really lost focus of the game and what they were trying to do. So, because the story is just so all over the place and, you know what I mean? This is what I'm going to say for story. 5. Run of the mill, nothing special, nothing terrible, even though this is the most SJW infested game I've ever played. It's going to take a lot to top this. I wonder who's going to be next. Rockstar, maybe? Oh, not my Rockstar. Here's most game developers with their agenda pushing. Here you go. Here you go. Just a little taste. There you go. How's that taste? Is that good? Huh? And then you're like, I don't really care for it, but whatever. I just want to play the game. Here's Naughty Dog. Here you go. Take it. Take a bite. Take a bite. Shove it in your mouth. Huh? Eat it and like it. That's Naughty Dog. Oh God, I don't like the way this says. No, you're just because you are a bigot. Let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is the shining star in this game. I watched that review from Skill Up where he didn't enjoy the game. And he says there's like hundreds of games that do shooting better than this. I'm like, what? This game may have, and I'm not bullshitting you, this is why I said Naughty Dog was a talented developer. You don't need to play the game to see how good the gameplay is. It's obvious. But when you play it, this may be some of the best gunplay I've ever played in a game. Max Payne 3 is up there, but as far as like realistic looking animations, people, I think Last of Us 2, I think it's the best. I think I've been racking my brain. I can't think of a game that looks more realistic. Now, you take into account little tiny skinny Ellie grabbing people and holding them, you know what I mean? But it's like, as far as realistic looking animations go, the way the guns fire, the looking down the sights, the seamless movement, people, I don't think any game does it better. In the gameplay, like for me, I didn't get tired of the actual gunfights. I got tired of the walking around, listening to dialogue, picking up stupid notes. Every time you pick up a note, it makes you read it. I don't know if there's an option to go and turn that off. But in Last of Us Part 1, you just pick it up. And then it gives you a little cue in the top. If you want to read it or not, you can open it up. This is what I did. I played with everything on hard, with the exception of the enemy AI. I put that on Survivor. I suggest you do the same thing because the AI is not built equally. When the AI doesn't know you're there, they're very stupid. Once they know you're there, these suckers will flank the crap out of you, man. They flank very effectively, and they will come and they will kill you very fast. So, enemy AI, Survivor. Everything else on hard except resources, I put on moderate. Now, I know a lot of people are going to call me a noob for that. I don't care. I originally started playing on hard. I'm going back and forth, looking through drawers, looking through all this crap, and I never had any ammo. So I got sick of it. I can't even imagine Survivor. And I'm not even into the story, so there's no real motivation for me to suck myself into this experience. So it's like, I don't want to look for resources, I just want to shoot people. So I put it on moderate. That made it so much better. I always had enough ammo for every gun to just sit back and blast the Palm Springs. The combat in this game is an absolute blast. So if I had to rate the gameplay, I would give the gameplay, I'd give the gameplay a 9. Oh, well, that doesn't make sense. Why don't you give it a 10? Because aiming down the sight sucks. I turned off auto aim, and it doesn't suck because of poor game mechanics. It sucks because it's 30 FPS. If this were 60 FPS, it would be a 10 out of 10. No doubt. But it still gets a 9 because the gameplay is damn near flawless. I love it. And playing as Abby in the combat was way better than playing as Ellie. When I played as Abby, looking at her from the back, making me feel self-conscious about my own arms. People, oh, your arms look good. My arms look like dog shit. I haven't worked out in over 3 years now. Watching Abby, I'm pretending she's Thor. She got the long blonde hair in the back. I'm like, screw it, man. I'm Thor. You know what I mean? She whoops ass like Mike Tyson. I even like holding the melee weapon. I didn't like that as Abby because she got such good hands, you know? So playing as Abby was better. I also feel like she controlled the weapons better. That could be in my head, but I feel like there was less recoil with Abby. Maybe that's in my head. I don't know. I just feel like the gameplay was better playing as Abby. If that makes any sense. She was just stronger. I respect the build. You know what I mean? I respect the hustle. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do, girl. Anyways, I almost forgot about the dodge mechanic. How do you forget the simplest shit? The dodge mechanic was a highlight of the game. Skill Up said the dodge mechanic hurts the game. No, it does. You know what the problem with these PC elitist guys are? Is they don't care about gameplay. They care about substance. As long as you can constantly play the game, they don't care about the animations or how shit looks or how bodies fall or enemies react to bullet damage. They don't care about, they just care about content. I need my shit to look good, okay? I need it to play good. And the dodge mechanic in this game, it accelerates the gameplay, man. It enhances the gameplay. It makes it a lot better. I love I was dodging all over the place. I was dodging, trying to get to places faster. I was having full-on fist fights with clickers, dodging, bobbing and weaving. Man, I love the dodge mechanic. So that was a huge highlight. As far as laying down in the grass, I hardly use that. The listen mechanic, I hardly use that. Listen mechanic, the upgrade skill tree in this game is an absolute throwaway. A lot of the upgrades are for your stupid ass listen mechanic, and I didn't even use it. So, dodge mechanic. I really wanted to put an emphasis on the dodge mechanic. I loved the dodge mechanic, man. Some of the fist fights you get into are an absolute blast with the dodge mechanic. Graphics. Let's talk about graphics. Graphics have a real nasty grain filter that you can't turn off. And that drove me nuts. But as the game goes on, it gets better and better and better looking. By the time you get to the end, there's a set piece at the end where you're playing as Abby. And like everything's on fire, people. Some of the best graphics I've ever seen in a video game. So the overall world is, if I had to rate it, without a doubt, graphics are a 10. Now, the sound. Not too much to say about the sound other than it's got some of the best sound effects. Period. For the guns all sound freaking awesome. The guns sound amazing. The guns have so much punch in them. It feels like you're shooting a gun. The way bodies fall, and I know this doesn't really go with sound, the brutality of this game, we need to see this in more games. See, this is what I've been asking for, and this is the craziest thing about it. To define irony, somebody like Neil Druckmann makes one of the most brutal games when it comes to violence ever. I mean, if isn't that an oxymoron? It's like, it's crazy. You think somebody like Call of Duty will put an emphasis on pushing violence, but no, because Call of Duty is for kids, and we all know that. So the brutality of the game is awesome, and the way all the guns sound, just the sound effects in general, just walking around these dark, wet, nasty places, man, everything just sounds so good, man. Everything sounds awesome. So if I had to rate the sound, I wish there was a little bit more of the, like the Last of Us 1 theme music in it. I'd say the sound is a 10. Now, there was something that stuck out to me. One of the best parts in the game, one of the best cutscenes in the game, is right before Ellie bashes Nora's face in with that pipe. And the way the music is right on that part, and then it cuts to black, that's the best cutscene by far. That was awesome. And then she's going and she's crying about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? You're ruining the scene. But that was awesome. That really stuck out for me. That was a highlight of the game. Just the way the music in, bashing her head in, just it came across as brutal. Now for the people that were saying they're uncomfortable, the game was too brutal, I really wish I could say what I wanted to say to you people. You know what I mean? Oh, we had to kill dog. At no point in time did I feel bad killing a dog. At no point in time did I feel uncomfortable killing anybody. At no time did I feel any kind of unease because of the violence in this game. No, I had an absolute blast with the violence. Graphics, sound, gunplay, gameplay, all awesome. I looked forward to each gunfight. So every time I'm going to a scene or a flashback, she's 14, we got to go look at pictures and crap like that. And it's like, just get me to the next gunfight, man. I don't want to do this crap. And that's where the pacing / replayability comes into play. And because the gunplay and some of the encounters are so top notch, I'm gonna give the replayability a 6. And you're probably thinking, well, a 6, that's just above average. Well, you got to think of it like this. If I don't want to go into a game and just replay encounters. I want to go and I want to play the game again. But in order to do that, do you understand the bullshit I have to go through? I got to have a snowball fight. I got to watch the dumbest crap, listen to the dumbest crap ever. I got to walk around at a snail's pace. I got to loot all this bullshit walking around. I don't want to do that. Just let me blast people. That's all I want to do. So pacing, replayability, that falls off because of all that crap, man. I know you can skip cutscenes. As a matter of fact, I skipped many Ellie's cutscenes this go around because I already watched the story and I knew what happened. So my man Vic actually gave me this idea for the rating system. I think I saw something like this on game trailers when they were still around. You know, Easy Allies. So let's divide the total score by 5, shall we? 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40. Okay, so there you go. So you got a 5, 9, 10, 6. We got a 40 score. Okay, so we're going to divide 40 by 5. Oh my God. Can you see? 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 game. And you know what? That doesn't feel wrong. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, you can't base all these things as the same importance because story is your main driving factor. And that's absolutely true. It absolutely is true. If we're just going off stats here, though, the game's an 8 out of 10. And because everything is so high quality, because the gameplay, graphics, sound is so top-notch and so high quality, this is what I was telling you when Naughty Dog's a talented developer, man. It feels wrong giving it anything lower. Like, 7's good, but it's like, I feel like they did everything else so damn good, it just feels out of place giving anything lower than an 8. Because the quality is so damn high. The quality is just insane. Story, trash. Like, I'd give it lower, but it's like, that's my emotions talking, you know? If I were coming at you from an emotional standpoint, I'd tell you The Last of Us 2's story is a 0. But trying to look at it unbiased, it's just mediocre across the board. Nothing special, nothing new, except for, you know, Neil's little politics in there. Other than that, it's a 5. Decent at best. So, there you go. Agree? Disagree? You mad at me? Huh? You mad because I played it? I'm a little disappointed because I played it. A lot of people in the comments told me, you know, oh, you can't talk about a game you haven't played. You can't do this, you can't do that. I had another guy tell me I have an obligation to my subscribers to play the game. You know, I'm getting it for free. I did not pay for the game. I did not pay for it. And another thing real quick, I hear Naughty Dog's getting death threats. I can't imagine anybody threatening these people's lives because of this game. If you're doing that, you're a clown, okay? And I mean that. We can't dictate someone's vision. Someone's making art, okay? No matter what it is, drawings, stories, books, movies, games. We can't dictate what they do. The only way we can dictate anything, we can't tell these people, hey, I don't like this, change it. That's not fair. That's not fair. Now, you cannot like it, and when we don't like something, what do? We don't buy it, okay? And if it's not good, it will fail. If they have money, this is one of the most controversial games ever, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. One of the most controversial games ever. People are still talking about this game. And like it or not, controversy, good and bad, pushes sales. Now, I don't know what the sales are here. There's an 80% drop off in sales. I don't know, man. I think this game's going to break records. I really do. I would have never bought the game. I would have never bought the game just because of Neil's politics alone. The main reason is because of Joel. Okay? You eliminated one of the most alpha male characters in gaming. You eliminated him. And you pushed the alpha female role. It's so obvious. A lot of the soldiers walking around, the woman's in charge too. I don't know if you notice that. What's wrong with women being in charge? That's not the point. Point is, the women are in charge basically throughout this whole game. Women are running shit. Men look weak. Do you know, and I missed this when I watched it, do you know when Tommy was fighting against Ellie? Do you know, fighting against Abby? Do you know Abby was about to win? Abby was overpowering Tommy. He didn't need to get stabbed from the back. I like how that girl appeared out of thin air, by the way. He didn't need to get stabbed in the back by her. Abby was about to deal with his ass anyways, but Neil didn't want to be too blatant. But he had her pushing her way out of it just to show you, okay, Abby was going to take care of some business. I see you, Neil. I see you. It's too obvious. And I didn't really emphasize my last video with Tommy in closing after he got injured and he came and he's telling Ellie that where Abby's at and telling her that she made him a promise. Again, Tommy would have never done that. You know what I mean? That's like if something happened to my brother and his daughter wanted revenge. We went to go get revenge and then something happened. I'm injured. She got her arm broke, got her head beat in. Her little girlfriend almost got killed, almost got her throat slit. And if I went to her and said, "Hey, you got to go finish it," then I'm not a man at all. Okay, my concern should be her. Okay, especially if I have any kind of love for my brother. I care about his daughter. It's not his daughter. Yes, it is. Okay, and people were also saying, you just don't understand the game. You got to play the game to understand. What is there to understand? It's so obvious what he's doing. Outside of pushing his politics, what is he saying? Huh? Revenge is no good. Everybody can tell that. Choices have consequences. No matter what the choices are made from, either selfishness or they're made from love, they're going to have consequences. Okay, I see what's going on, trying to get you to see from other people's point of view how other people were affected. There's nothing to understand about this game. Nothing. It's not rocket science what they were trying to do. People were acting like the story was so sophisticated and you got to sort through all this and see what the real meaning. What? It's obvious what the real meaning is. Come on, man. That's why it's so cut and dry and run of the mill. Anyways, we're dragging on. That's all I got for you. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Regardless how you feel about the game, the gameplay and everything else is quality. I'll holler at you. Later. Ellie. Let go, baby.